The sugar crash you fear during a race is physiologically impossible because running actually shuts down the insulin response that causes it. Many runners restrict sugar during training because they fear the dreaded crash or insulin spike. They treat race day fueling like diet culture, assuming that what is unhealthy at a desk is unhealthy at mile 20. This fundamental misunderstanding limits your performance ceiling. Here is the physiological reality. Exercise creates a unique metabolic state. When you run, your body releases catecholamines like adrenaline that specifically suppress insulin secretion. Glucose bypasses the insulin mechanism entirely and moves directly into muscle cells via contraction-mediated uptake. This means you cannot metabolically crash from sugar while maintaining high intensity. The sugar isn't being stored as fat. It is being oxidized immediately for kinetic energy. The rules of sedentary nutrition simply do not apply when your heart rate is elevated. However, there is a limit, but it is gastrointestinal, not metabolic. Your gut has specific transport proteins, SGLT1 for glucose and GLUT5 for fructose, that act like turnstiles at a stadium. Once these transporters are saturated, leftover sugar sits in the gut. When sugar remains in the gut rather than entering the bloodstream, it draws water in via osmosis. This causes bloating, sloshing, and nausea. This is why runners think sugar made them sick. It wasn't the sugar itself, but the volume exceeding their current absorption capacity. The irony is that underfueling to avoid this distress is what actually makes you slower. Fat oxidation is chemically complex and requires more oxygen to produce the same amount of ADP as carbohydrates. If you run out of glycogen, your pace must drop to match the slower speed of fat metabolism. So, how much do you actually need? For efforts under 90 minutes, 30 grams per hour is sufficient. For marathons and ultras, science suggests pushing towards 60 to 90 grams per hour. Elite athletes are now successfully pushing 120 grams per hour. To achieve these higher numbers without nausea, you must utilize multiple transport paths. Relying solely on glucose caps you at 60 grams. By adding fructose, you open a second lane for absorption, increasing total fuel delivery by up to 50% without additional gut stress. The key is realizing that the gut is a trainable organ. You cannot jump from 0 to 90 grams on race day. You must practice high-carb fueling in training to upregulate transporter density and teach your stomach to empty faster during high exertion. Start your next long run with 40 grams per hour and add 10 grams each week until you find your limit. Train your gut just like you train your legs, and you will stop fading in the final miles. Fuel the work you're doing, not the lifestyle you're avoiding.